Today we'll talk about the language barrier. Many of us say that we have it, we have the language barrier. And I want to challenge that statement and say that you don't have it, you've created it. You've created it by certain decisions, by taking certain decisions, which step by step, decision by decision, created the language barrier. If you created it, it means that you can also break it, you can deal with it, you can overcome it. Let me show you how to do it. Because perhaps when you think about English and when you think about dealing with your language barrier, you might think to yourself, okay, in order to deal with this problem, I will start learning English again. Meaning I will take out a book, an old book from my high school or from my elementary school, probably not. Or I'll just take out some notebook and I will start repeating. I will start going through those grammar chapters. This is not the way to break the language barrier. It's just the way to repeat something without really noticing or without creating any effect in real life. This is not the way. How do we break the language barrier? First of all, we need to understand how we created it in the first place. So this is our language barrier, a beautiful vertical line. How have you created it? Please recall this moment when you went to a meeting in English and it was terrible. You said something, nobody understood you, and you felt so embarrassed and you felt that it was the worst experience in your life. And you decided that English is probably your problem. And then you went to another meeting in English. You still had a little bit of courage to do that. And there was some very awkward misunderstanding. You said something, the other person misunderstood it, and you felt it was your fault, it was because of your English. And so you felt even more embarrassed, right? So step by step, you're building the barrier. And then you go to another meeting and somebody says something, maybe even about your English, and it's not a very positive comment, and you take it to heart. You take it very personally and you decide that this will never happen again because you will never go again to any other meeting in English. So if somebody says, would you like to join this project? Your answer is, no, thank you. My English is not the best. If somebody asks you to go to a job interview because it's the best position that could really push your career forward, you say, no, because English is the language that you use on a daily basis. I'm not good at it. So no, it's a no. I decline this invitation. And then something happens and you think, oh, but maybe actually I will just try again. You have a moment of hope, a moment of inspiration. And then it turns out that nothing has changed. It's still difficult for you to speak this language. So the next occasions, the next possibilities are a definite no. Yeah, it's like whenever somebody says, would you like to participate in this project? It's a no from your side. And what happens next? Well, you have a beautiful language barrier. Now let me explain the way to handle it, to deal with it. As we said before, the way to do it is not to take a book and start learning. You created the language barrier in interaction with other people, and this is the way to break through the barrier in the interactions with other people, right? So you need to push yourself to do something in real life. Of course, you can do it with support, in a space that is safe, but you need to do something in real life. You will not break the barrier by reading a book, by watching Netflix, by doing some online grammar exercises. That's not the way. In order to break the barrier, you need to speak, communicate. And on the other side of this communication, there needs to be a real human being. And when you do it, when you interact, that's not the end of the process. after you interact with this person, you need to ask for feedback, or give this feedback to yourself, or ask somebody for feedback. Maybe you will record this interaction and you will ask your teacher for feedback. How well did I do it? Did it go all right? Or what can I change? What can I learn from this interaction? And then you take the time to learn, to develop certain skills, and then you interact again, right? So you go into the world, real life situations, and you practice, you speak, you communicate. And just like that, step by step, you are breaking the language barrier. The more you interact, the more you learn, the more conclusions you draw, the more feedback you receive, the faster you will break the language barrier. Okay? This is the way. Okay? Good luck with that. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.